Welcome back to GameFaceStudios. It is the 17th of June. It'll be James Shields versus Josh Tomlin, Kansas City Royals versus Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Both teams are 35 and 34, 10.5 back of the Detroit Tigers for the divisional lead. It'll be James Shields versus Josh Tomlin. Alex Gordon been ice cold lately. Escobar, Perez, Butler, Hosmer, Getz, Moustakas, Yziel Puig in his second game as a Kansas City Royal, and Jarrod Dyson rounding out the order, replacing the ice-cold Lorenzo Cain. Josh Tomlin, he's 7-4 with almost a 5 ERA through 13 starts, gives up a good amount of hits, doesn't walk too much, his walk numbers are a little bit high this season for him, and strikeout numbers always low. Alex Gordon leading off, 1-1 count, the pitch from Tomlin. That is grounded past first into right field for a base hit. That's a great way to lead off the game for Alex Gordon. Finally breaking a bit of his slump. His average has dropped 100 points in the past month. Next batter is Alcides Escobar. 0-1 count. Gordon is stealing. The throw from Santana is in time. He'll gun down Gordon. And just like that, there is one out and no men on. Let's take a look at that Indians lineup. Bourne, Brantley, Swisher, Santana, Kipnis, Chisenhall, Cabrera, Aviles, and Stubbs. And James Shields is 5-6 with a 3.52 ERA, 67 Ks through 11 starts. Michael Bourne, he'll start off with a pop-up bunt, trying to get on base the sneaky way. Swisher up, 1-2 count from Shields. Strike three, looking on the four-seam high and inside. Swisher is not happy with that call, but he goes down. That will end the first. Onto the top of the second. That's a single into left field. Billy Butler making good contact. Next batter is Eric Hosmer. 2-2 count from Tomlin. The pitch. That's a hand curve. That's a deep fly ball to right field. That one is gone. 2-run home run for Eric Hosmer. He beats up on righties, and that is a great way to put the Royals on the board. 2-0 lead early on. Tomlin, he knew he left that one hanging. Next batter is Chris Getz, and he's going to get on base, but past the diving Cabrera into center field. Another man on. Tomlin gives up a lot of hits. Next batter is Moustakas. 0-2 count. He's going to ground this one to first. On to second for one. Back to first. Not in time. Moustakas will beat that out. That will be a fielder's choice. They'll only get one. Swisher made a good play. Good choice going to second, but they could not get Moustakas at first. Next batter is Yziel Puig, the Cuban prospect. He's going to ground this one. This is going to bounce off of Swisher's foot. Puig has a little bit of speed, and he's going to get to first base. That is going to be ruled as a single. Men on first and second now for Jarrod Dyson. Dyson up. No count. One out in the top of the second. Tomlin, he sets and deals. That's a liner into left field. Brantley will field that one easily, and there are now two down for Alex Gordon. Back to the top of the order. 1-2 count to Gordon. Moustakas leads from second. Puig from first. Tomlin kicks and deals. That's a strike three on the four-seam. That will end the inning as Tomlin gets out of the jam. So Gordon goes down to end the second, but 2 runs are put on the board by this Eric Hosmer home run off the hang curveball from Tomlin. On to the bottom half. Bottom half of the second. Shields, he will kick and deal the pitch. And he's going to hit Carlos Santana square in the back with that 1-2 slider. Puts a man on. That's a huge mistake. Jason Kipnis up, already with a 7-game hit streak on the season. This pitch, it's grounded right past Getz. He was covering for a stolen base attempt. I don't know why when Carlos Santana was on first base, but that will extend his hitting streak to 8 games. Next batter is Lonnie Chisenhall. That's past the diving Hosmer, and the bases are now juiced as Puig fires that one in. Bases are loaded. Let's see if the Indians can strike blood and answer back. 1-2 count. The pitch. Strike three on the sweeping curve. What a pitch. Really nice pitch. Next batter, he's going to pop it up. This one easily popped up back to Salvador Perez, and there are 2 down. Looks like Shields might be able to get out of this. Drew Stubbs up now. 3-2 count. Bottom half of the second. Bases loaded. The pitch. He's going to get jammed on the changeup inside. That would have been ball 4, but he swings and misses, and that will end the inning. So Shields will get out of the jam. 2 hits allowed and a hits batsman, but he gets out of it scot-free. Let's take a look at this one more time. As the pitch from Shields comes in, Stubbs, he goes for the swing, and he just did not read that well. That is a ball. Just, it's kind of obvious. That's a ball. But Stubbs still went for it. And that will be a strike 3 and will get Shields out of the inning. Can't be too upset with that as he gets him to swing in on the jam. Alcides Escobar up in the top of the 3rd. This one's going to be lined into left field right next to the Brick Room sign. And Alcides Escobar will be held up at first by a great throw from Michael Brantley in. Only a single. Next batter up is Salvador Perez. Escobar is stealing the throw down from Santana. Is in time. Right on the money. Escobar, really a good base stealer, but he gets gunned out by Santana. 1-1 count to Salvador Perez. He's going to ground this one. It's going to hit off Asdrubal Cabrera's glove, and he will not be able to get the out at first. That's an error, right? Right? No? Oh, okay. Seriously, MLB The Show, if that is not an error, I don't know what your criteria is. That is the most obvious error you could possibly have, and you rule it a base hit. Salvador Perez wasn't even halfway down the baseline when he botched that ground ball. Top 3rd, Chris Getz. He's going to hit a deep fly ball to right center field. This one will be fielded cleanly by Stubbs, and that will end the inning. So, 2 men left on. On to the top 4. Yasiel Puig up. 2-1 count. 1 out. Pitch. It's a deep fly ball to right center field. Get out, baby. Get out. Home run for Yasiel Puig. That is his first home run of his career in his 2nd game as a Kansas City Royal after being acquired from the Dodgers. Puig takes Tomlin deep. It's a 3-0 lead for Kansas City, and he's 2 for 2 today. That is, he's having a great game already after, a lackluster first game. He got his first hit as a Royal last game, but this one 392 feet to pretty much dead center field. He's right now, he has 6 at bats. He's batting .500, so he's 3 for 6. So he had 1 hit prior, but he's getting the job done. Asdrubal Cabrera up in the bottom half of the 5th. Shields has been cruising. Pitch from Shields, no count. That's gonna be grounded. Moustakas probably could have fielded that cleanly. I don't know why I dove, but that's a single for Asdrubal Cabrera. Mike Aviles will be up next. Can he drive home a run? Can the Indians get on the board in this game? Bottom 5, 3-2 count to Aviles. The pitch from Shields. That's grounded to second. Getz will field it. On to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. And Aviles will beat that one out. Next batter is Stubbs. He's going to ground this one past Moustakas. Gordon will field it. The throw in will be in time, but just not a good enough throw. Great slide by Aviles. Now there are men on the corners. 0-1 count for Michael Bourne. He's going to line this one into right field, but he's held up because of the line drive. Throw from Puig is in time. So not only is he 2 for 2 with his first career home run, he guns out Drew Stubbs at second base because look at this liner. It forced him to hold up. 1-0 count. Michael Brantley, he'll ground this one. Shields will throw on to first in time, and that will end the inning. So 1 run will come across on a few hits, but it's still 3-1. Bottom 6, no count. The pitch to Swisher from Shields. It's hanging, and so is that ball to deep center field, giving chase is Dyson, and this one is into the trees. That is a home run for Nick Swisher. That pitch was left hanging so badly. 2-2 count. Pitch, strike 3 on the backdoor slider. He knew it. Next batter is Chisenhall. He's going to ground this one to Getz. Throw on to first, and that will end the inning. So another run comes across. It's now 3-2. The Indians are closing the gap on that Swisher home run to pretty much dead center field. Enter Vinny Pestano to fill in for Josh Tomlin. Pestano 1-2 with a 2.57 ERA, and Puig will get his 3rd hit of the ball game into left field. Another hit for him. He's 3 for 3. Next batter is Dyson. Puig is stealing. That's going to be a sacrifice bunt. That is a 4th. That's a 3-4. Next batter is Alex Gordon with Puig on second. Pitch to Gordon. He's going to fly this one out to Michael Brantley in left field. Get a little bit of a running start, but no need to fire that one in. Next batter is Alcides Escobar, 2-0 count. Pitch. That's a liner, and it is caught by Asdrubal Cabrera. He ranges to his left and makes that catch to end the inning. So Puig is left stranded on second. On to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Pitch from Shields. This one is lined back up the middle for a base hit. Another hit allowed as Shields is kind of being rattled a little bit. Next batter is Aviles. He's going to hit a liner to Dyson. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Cabrera, he gets back to first. Next batter is Stubbs. 0-2 count. Pitch from Shields. Strike 3 on the slider. That one just tailed away from him. 1-0 count to Michael Bourne. 2 outs. Pitch to Bourne. Grounded to Moustakas. He will throw on to first in time, and that will end the inning. So Shields only allows one man on, and then he gets out of it easily. On to the 8th. Salvador Perez. This one just skips and hits the mound. Very unlucky bounce for him. Grounds out as Asdrubal Cabrera shows off his great range. Next batter is Billy Butler. He will fly this one out to second base. Aviles calling for it. He'll squeeze that. And there are 2 down. Next batter up will be Hosmer. And Hosmer, he's going to pop this one up to Santana. And that will end the inning. So a very quiet 8th inning. Royals still have the 3-2 lead. We're going to be moving on to the bottom of the 8th. James Shields is still in this ball game. The pitch from Shields to Carlos Santana. 2 outs. That's a deep fly ball into right field. Puig will not be able to get there. That one is gone. He might have been able to climb up the wall and possibly bring that back, but he was nowhere close. And the next batter, Kipnis, is going to hit a deep fly ball. This one's going to bounce off the wall. Puig can't field it. He's going to fire this one into third. Look at that throw on a fly from Puig, showing off his arm, but Kipnis gets on base, and that will be the end of James Shields' day. Gives up 2 home runs, 3 earned so far, and he's left on the hook for the man out on second base. Brian Wilson will come on in, and this is a big opportunity. Chisenhall will rip this one down the line. Gordon will field it. The run will come across. The throw into second base will be in time, but the run comes across. It is now 4-3. Cleveland takes the lead. And we go on to the top of the 9th. Matt Albers is in, and Chris gets a single. This one, another unfortunate bounce. That should have rolled all the way to the wall, but it hit the little indentation, and that is only a single for Chris Getz. And just like that, Matt Albers is out. Enter Scott Kazmir, who is in this game coming out of the bullpen instead of a starter. I don't know exactly why, but he's facing off against Mike Moustakas, so they bring him in to platoon against Moustakas to play the matchup. 3-2 count as Getz takes his lead. Kazmir will kick and deal. Swung on and just fouled by Moustakas. 3-2 count, top 9. Pitch from Kazmir. He's going to try to pick off Getz. He gets back in time. So we're still at that 3-2 count. Puig is on deck. He is 3 for 3 so far in the game. Moustakas, he'll call for time. We're going to reset. Getz takes his lead. Kazmir sets. The pitch from Kazmir is low, just low, and that is a ball for man on first and second with 1 out. Here comes Joe Smith to face off against Yasiel Puig. Smith drops his glove, as they do half the pitchers in this game when they get onto the mound. Puig takes the ball on the hard slider in. 2-1 count to Puig, men on first and second, top of the 9. Royals down by 1. The pitch from Smith. The side armor. He's going to ground this one to second. Onto short. Back to first is in time, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. Puig, his first non-hit of the game. Enter Chris Perez to get the save. A 1-out save to face off against Jeff Francoeur. Pinch hitter Scott Podsednik comes on in. Podsednik, good hitter. Let's see if he can face off against the right. 0-1 pitch. That's lined into right field for a base hit. That one will drop. Stubbs will throw it into second, and it's a tie ball game as Scott Podsednik comes up clutch, drives in, gets, and it's knotted up at 4. Next batter is Alex Gordon. He's going to hit a deep fly to right field, not deep enough, and that will end the inning. But Podsednik drives home the run. That is all we needed. Bottom 9, 1 out. That's a liner. That is over Alcides Escobar head. That is going to be a single into left field. Gordon throws that one in pretty quickly. So there's a man on first. Next batter, he's going to fly this one out. Aviles is on first. That's going to be a fly out to Podsednik. So let's see if Brian Wilson can keep it up. Aviles is stealing second. The throw down is not in time. So Aviles is on second. Michael Bourne is up. 0-1 count. Pitch to Bourne. Grounded to first. Hosmer will field it. He will pick it, and he will get to first. And we are going on to extras, folks. It is knotted up at 4. Enter Blake Wood to face off against Alcides Escobar, who is 1 for 4 in this game. Top of the 10th. First pitch. That's lined into right field. This one will drop and roll all the way to the wall in fair territory. Escobar will round first. He's headed for 2, and he is going to get in there safely. So a leadoff double for Alcides Escobar. Next batter is Salvador Perez. 1-2 count. The pitch. That is a swing and miss, I guess. I thought I checked swung, but apparently not. That's going to be a strikeout for Perez. Next batter is Billy Butler. He's going to hit a deep fly ball to right field. Stubbs will field it. Escobar tagging up from second. He's headed to the third. The throw from Stubbs will be offline. And now Escobar is 90 feet away for Eric Hosmer. 1-0 count. Pitch to Hosmer. Easily grounds that one to Wood, and that will end the inning. So no runs come across. We're going on to the bottom half of the 10th. The pitch from Brian Wilson to Swisher. That's lined into right field for a base hit. Another man on for the Indians. Now up is Carlos Santana. Enter Greg Holland, who I sat down and for a minute. So apparently he got cold and he got tired immediately. One batter in. Carlos Santana, 1-2 count. Pitch to Santana. Strike 3 on the curveball. And that will be it for Greg Holland. That's his day. One batter. Enter the midget, Tim Collins. 2-4 with a 2.52 ERA. Facing off against Kipnis. He's going to ground this one too short. That is through the hole for a base hit. So now there are men on first and second with, I believe, 2 out. 0-1 count to Chisenhall. The pitch. This is a deep fly ball to right field, but this one is in the yard, and this is able for Podsednik to be caught. That will end the inning. Top 11, Chris gets up. 1-0 count. The pitch. He's going to line this one into center field for a base hit. Another leadoff hit for the Royals. Let's see if we can drive this one home. Next batter is Moustakas. He's going to dip fly ball to left center field. Bourne lays out and makes the diving catch. What a catch by Michael Bourne. And that will be a great stop, but Bourne is hurt. He is down and he is out. Matt Laporta will come on in to fill in for him. Yasiel Puig up next. 1-2 count to Puig. He's going to ground this one slowly. Tag attempt. Doesn't get him. Flip on to first. No throw. And Puig will get on first base. 4 for 5 on the day. Next batter, it's Podsednik. And he's going to ground this one to second base. Aviles throws on to first. And that will end the inning. On to the bottom half of the 11th. In extra inning baseball. The pitch. Strike 3 to Cabrera in the dirt. Nasty curveball from Collins. And there is one down. Next batter is Aviles. 2-2 count to Mike Aviles. Pitch. Strike 3 looking on the four seam. Outside part of the plate. 2-1 count to Stubbs with 2 outs. The pitch. That's a fly ball into right field. Podsednik will field that one cleanly. And we're going on to the 12th. 2 outs. Salvador Perez up. 1-0 count. The pitch. From Rich Hill. That's a deep fly ball to left field. That is a no-doubter. That one is gone into the Progressive Field Cleveland night sky. Home run for Salvador Perez, and the Royals take a 5-4 lead. Terry Francona cannot believe it. Ned Yost is ecstatic. That one was just crushed. Next batter is Billy Butler. 0-1 count. The pitch to Butts. He's going to ground this one to Asdrubal Cabrera, and we're going to try and end it in the bottom half. 5-4 lead. Tim Collins is staying in to face the top of the order, Matt Laporta. He's going to hit a fly ball. This one a little bit popped up. Puig over to field and now playing center. That is 1 out. Next batter up is Michael Brantley. Seattle native will line this one out to Hosmer. Next batter is the free swinging Mark Reynolds. 0-2 count to Reynolds. The pitch from Collins. Strike 3 on the four seam, and that will be your ball game. Final score is 5-4. The Royals win it in 12. Your winning pitcher will be Tim Collins. Your losing pitcher will be Rich Hill. And Salvador Perez will hit the game-winning home run in the top of the 12th. And your player of the game is right fielder, then center fielder, and all-around masterful hitter, Yasiel Puig. 4 for 5 with a double play, of course, but 3 singles and a home run, his first of his career. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm MoonlightSwami. Take a look at the stat line on your way out. We dropped 16 hits through 12 innings. They get 12. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to go check out my channel for more of my Royals franchise, a fantasy draft franchise, my Redskins football franchise, and my athletic small forward arrogant my player franchise, as well as much more. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace out.
Our final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Kansas City Royals. 5 runs, 16 hits. No errors. They left 2 men on base. Cleveland, 4 runs, 12 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. The winning pitcher is Tim Collins. His record is now 3-4. Credit the save to Tim Collins. The loss goes to Rich Hill, just his 4th loss of the season. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 16 minutes. A reminder that the Regional Transit Authority provides convenient, affordable service to and from Progressive.